So today's myth is pregnant women shouldn't lift. And I know it's going to be controversial, but I'm not sorry about that. I feel like women generally, not just pregnant women, they're held back, they're limited, they're stopped from doing what they want or living the life they want or deserve in the name of safety, keeping them safe. And if you want to, we could open a whole can of worms about the elderly, about Indigenous groups, about all sorts of minorities. But today we're just talking about pregnant women because in the gym, we do a lot of lifting. So one thing I want to make clear is that when you're looking at risk factors for pelvic floor dysfunction, so stress incontinence or prolapse, it does list heavy lifting as a risk factor, but what they mean is heavy lifting as a lifestyle choice or a lifestyle situation. So it's women who are carrying between 6 and 11 kilos, and they're moving it from one level to another level. So essentially a deadlift more than about, I think it was 164 times a day. Now, don't quote me on those. I'm listing those from the top of my head. But the fact is, unless they're already a mum of 3 or 2, they're probably not doing that in their lifestyle. Plus, even if they are, we can lift in the gym and give them multiple strategies, teach them how to protect their pelvic floors, teach them how to protect their backs, which we can't empower them with that knowledge and training if we don't lift, okay? So it's a double-edged sword. Number one, if you are not qualified to train pregnant women, please do not train them, okay? If in your ignorance, you're going to sit them on a fit ball and do bicep curls, yes, that will keep them safe. But no, it will not help them become better or fitter at looking after their baby when the baby eventually arrives. You can keep them safe in an empowered and educated way, which I think is the point I'm getting at. So, you cannot train pregnant women if you do not have a qualification in pregnant women, okay? Let's get that out of the way. So pregnant women do have different needs and their bodies will change day to day, even hour to hour, and you will need to change your approach daily and hourly as well. And that's why the constant verbal screening is important, open-ended questions, getting feedback. There will be downward pressure on her pelvic floor and outward pressure on her abs. That is just a physiological fact of pregnancy, but it doesn't contraindicate her from lifting yet. Again, why education is important, so you know when the moment she's contraindicated happens, right? So until then, lifting with a deep core emphasis is actually a really fabulous way of preventing future pelvic floor dysfunction. So in addition to this, she's going to have some posture changes, and those posture changes can either disable the deep core or they can contribute to that downward pressure. So posture, thoracic mobility, positioning of the pelvis, and pelvic floor strength and length and timing are all really, really important basic lessons to have and to impart to your pregnant client so that she can lift safely. So again, you need to be qualified. So none of these things, like the increased risk, the fact there's extra pressure, means she can't lift. From the moment her baby is birthed, she will be lifting. She'll be putting them on a change table, giving them floor time, putting them in a car seat, taking stuff out of the bloody boot of the car, and that stuff is heavy, right? It's prams, it's shopping. And add to that, when a woman has a baby, if she wasn't already doing the lion's share of the housework, she's often starts doing it simply by virtue of being at home. So she's doing laundry, she's unpacking dishwashers, she's doing the grocery shopping, all with a baby in tow. So there's paraphernalia that comes with doing shopping with a baby that's not just the shopping as well. So not teaching them how to lift, I feel, is a disservice. But going ahead and lifting without appropriate qualifications and considerations is plain old irresponsible. So being sedentary, another point, is actually higher risk of pregnancy complications and adverse health outcomes than being active. So lifting falls into that being active tip. And I think that's all I have to say. So pregnant women should lift. They should be lifting under the supervision of an appropriately qualified professional. So I will see you. I'll still be pre-recording next week because I'm away for school holidays. But I will see you live finally on the 24th of April. So until then, look after yourselves.